So good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, so before we start, I want to lead a prayer.
In the name of the Father,
Father,
and the
Son,
Son, and
Holy
the Holy
Spirit.
Spirit. Amen.
Okay, so again, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Alright, so before you sit, can you pick up the pieces of papers around you and please arrange your chairs properly and count off 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so please be seated. Okay, so for your attendance, can you check your seatmates if they are present? Is anyone absent today?
No.
Alright, so none so far. Okay, so before we start, let me introduce you of our learning objectives. Okay, so at the end of the lesson, student must be able to recognize the 7 elements of art, constructed an artwork through applying the elements of art, incorporated, incorporation and participation in doing group tasks. Then, show appreciation through art essay. Alright. So, now, since everybody here today, who can recall of our last topic?
History of art.
Alright, it's all about the history of art. So now, who can tell me about the history of art? Okay, yes, Ivani? Okay, very good. Okay, so I think now we are ready to proceed of our next topic. Okay, so now I will showing you here different kinds of artwork. Okay, so now I want you to try to recognize and observe this kind of artwork. Alright, so I will give you 2 minutes for that. Okay, so timer starts now. Okay, so time is up. Okay, class, what do you think this kind of artwork? Okay, yes, Chloe? Alright, very good, Chloe. It is all about the 7 elements of art. Okay, so who can tell me the 7 elements of art? Okay, yes, Ruan?
Form, line, shape, texture, color, spore,
Space?
space, volume.
Okay, very good. So these are the 7 elements of art. Okay, so this time we will go deeper the 7 elements of art. And I want you to take down notes, some information, because later on after my discussion, I will be asking you some questions. Understand?
Yes, teacher.
Alright. So, the first one here is the line. Okay, so who can describe line in 1 word? Okay, yes, Katrina? Okay, very good. Line is a mark made by the moving point. Okay, so there are the 5 main kinds of a line. So the number 1 is the horizontal line. Okay, Ruan, can you read the number 1, which is the horizontal line? Okay, very good. And this is the example of the horizontal line. Okay. Number 2, the vertical line. Vertical line moves straight up and down. Then an arc vertical line same to stand and attention. Okay, and this is the example of the vertical line. Diagonal line seem to be learning and more somewhere between and vertical and horizontal line. Arc, diagonal line show action and excitement. Sometimes they make viewer feel tense and uncomfortable when they go in various directions. And this is the example of diagonal line. Curved line, see to change direction. Spiral and circles begin the curve. Then wavy lines are series of curve. Curved line express movement and a graceful and flowing way. So, the example of curved line, parang ganun siya, class, parang paganyan. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, pwede din siyang pa number 8. So, that is the example of the curved line. Okay? So, let's proceed to the zigzag line. Okay. Zigzag line are made by combining diagonal lines that form shapes, angle, and suddenly change direction. Also, zigzag lines suggest action and nervous excitement. And they can create confuse. And this is the example of the zigzag line. Okay, so number 2 is a shape. It is a 2-dimensional figure influenced by the line, shape, or flat that they have only height and width. So there are 2 types of a shape: the organic shape and the geometric shape. So organic shape, when you say organic shape, there are shape that they are typically found in nature and have a flowing or curved appearance, while the geometric shape are the shapes such as square, triangles, or have a uniform measurement and typically not found in the nature. Number 3 was a form. It refers to an object with 3 dimensions: height, width, and depth. Number 4 is space. Space refers to the distance or between, around, above, and below within the object. So all objects occupied space. But there are two types of space, the negative space and the positive space. Okay, so number 5, texture. Texture is the surface quality of an object. Texture is perceived through two sense such touch and sight. Also, the space quality or feel of an object. It is smoothness, roughness, and softness, and etc. Number 6 was a color. It is a property possessed by an object of producing different presentation on an eye as a result of the object reflect or emit lights. Okay. So primary color is a color wheel or red, yellow, and blue. They cannot made up from mixing each other. Mimicking. So secondary color are orange, violet, and green. They can made from mixing two primary colors. So ito na siya. Ang yellow at red, pag ninimix siya, nagiging orange. Ito naman yung kinalabasan niya. Nagiging color violet. Okay. So, tertiary colors completes the color wheel to 12 basic colors. So, ito na siya. Pag sinabi nating tertiary color, ito na yung meron na siyang 12 basic color na nagsasama sa wheels. Okay. So, the 6 tertiary colors are created by mixing. Oh, ayan. By mixing one primary colors with an equal part adjacent the secondary color. Alright, so any questions or clarifications? Okay, so any questions or clarification, class?
No.
Okay, so now since all of you are we understand of our discussion for today, so okay, so now who can tell me the 5 main kinds of a line? Okay, yes, Tibani? Okay, very good. The horizontal, the vertical, the diagonal, the curve, and the zigzag lines. Okay, very good. So, why do you think line is important of an art? Okay, yes, Katrina? Okay, very good. So, line, it is very important, no? When it comes to starting points in doing an art. So, remember, class, without line, we cannot form anything when it comes to starting the point. Okay? So, now, who can tell me the 2 types of shapes? Okay, yes, Gab? Okay, very good. Which are the organic shapes and the geometric shapes. So, when you say geometric shapes, it is a shape such as triangle, circle, and any shapes, no, that has an exact measurement. While the organic shapes, it is a shapes that comes naturally, no, or the shapes in our body, and that's the best example of the organic shapes. Okay, so now, who can give me the 3 primary color? Okay, yes, Rowan?
Red, yellow, and blue.
Okay, very good. Which is the red, yellow, and the blue. Okay, so now, who can read the meaning of texture? Okay, yes, Aldrich? Okay, very good. So, class, when we say texture, it is, when we talks about texture, it is all about the smoothness, the roughness, and the softness, no? So it depends on how to perceive through your eyes and how we touch. Okay, class? Did you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Alright, so now we have an activity. Okay, so I want you to group yourself into two groups, and I want you to make an art to apply the 7 elements of art. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes for that. Alright, so timer starts now. Okay, so are you done, class?
Yes, teacher.
Alright, so kindly pass your papers and front. Okay, so okay, everyone, kindly pass your papers. Okay, very good. Okay, so now class, get one full sheet of paper, okay? And write an essay about your unforgettable art and explain why is it important to you. Okay, and I will also give you 5 minutes to that for that. Okay, so timer starts now. Alright, so kindly pass your papers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so for your assignment, study the 7 elements of art. Okay, again, study the 7 elements of art because next meeting we will have a short quiz. Okay, class, so I think that's all for today. Okay, so thank you for your participation and have a great day. Okay, bye, class.
Goodbye, teacher.
All right.